What's up, everyone? This is Ronnie coming to you today with a sales update video. We had two really good sales over this past weekend that we're going to show, both over $300. And one you probably heard of, one I'm going to say most of you watching this channel has never heard of. If you're new to this channel, we basically sell men's pre-owned clothing, some new stuff too, but that's where we kind of make most of our money. But we do sell a lot of other things and items also. But nobody wants to hear me psychobabble, so we'll get into a screen share and we'll start showing some items. All right, here we go. First item, we sold this yesterday. This is a North Face. It's a down vest. 600 was the model, and it's like this grayish green and black. Nice vest. The North Face had a pull-out hood, and I was surprised. I got this at I think at a Savers for like $8 or $10, and I've had it probably 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, and it sold. Thank God it sold now because it's getting out of this season, and I didn't want to hold on to this all winter long. Sold it for 50 plus 10 shipping, so 60 shipped. Not bad at all. This is a golf stuff has been selling really well for us. A lot of people say they can't sell these FootJoy shirts, these plain run-of-the-mill shirts, and we kind of look for better patterns or better colors. And this sold probably about 2 weeks. I paid probably $5 for it. It's just a black FootJoy shirt, really nice condition, but it had that nice little like tricolor collar. Kind of stands out a little bit more, but sold 25 plus 4 shipping. I'm happy with that. If you find these with certain country clubs, you can get a little bit more for them. If you get them where they're the tour shirts, where they have the Titleist patch on the arm, you can get probably usually very safely 50 to 100, depending on colors and depending on size. But it's a decent brand to look out for. But if you buy the run-of-the-mill, it just depends. Some of these will sell faster than others, all depending on country clubs and by sales, or by colors and sizes and stuff like that. This is a Harley Davidson black leather jacket. It's a 2 extra long. I've sold this once before. We've not had this listed very long. It's been listed about a month or so. I sold it locally at first, but it didn't fit. It was too long. He did not understand the long part of it. But really nice Harley Davidson jacket. I paid $40 for this, and had a bunch of different patches on it. And just a really nice. It had a zip out lining on it. Big, I don't know what you want to call it, spell out, blah blah blah. I had a little distressing to it, but I believe that's the way it came. And this sold right at $305 maybe, or something like that, plus 15 to ship. Actually cost me a few extra dollars to ship it because it was so heavy. And I think it costed $21 to ship this. It wind up going to the United States Postal Service. It was one of these ones where it was actually cheaper to send it to the United States Postal Service, but it's still like in this odd. I forgot where it went. It was going somewhere in the Midwest, but it was more money actually to send it FedEx. So I actually sent it United States Postal Service. Yeah, but still very good profit. 40 to 300. I'll take it any day. This is a pair of 2 FootJoy shorts. These sold for $30. Ran a sale on some things. I didn't mean to run a sale on these things exactly. They sold. I didn't care. I paid. There was 2 different pair of FootJoy shorts. You see right here. These are both pre-owned, both size 38. One's like a light beige, one's a dark beige or khaki, whatever color you want to call them. And these always had a bunch of watches on them. And these sold for, like I said, 30 bucks plus six to ship. These slid right into a padded flat rate envelope. So not bad. I was into these, bought these on a half off day, I believe, for like 250 each. So still profit there. Bought this, got this on a half off day at a Salvation Army for $2. It's a youth size, medium Michael Jordan jersey made by Nike. Wish it was a larger size, big boy size, but it wasn't. So this was interesting. I mean, just picked it up. This sold for $24, I believe, plus four to ship. I was happy with that. 2 of 24, I'll take it. And it sold quick. I've had this listed less than a week. This is our other big sale. This is a Anderson and Shepherd Sullivan Row company. Sullivan Row is a district in London that makes high-end men's suits. Basically, these are all bespoke, all made to order, handmade suits. These usually run around, I would say, you could probably spend $10,000 on a suit easily, depending on fabrics and stuff like that. We found three of them at a small thrift store. I paid $25 a piece, and really nice quality suits. I sold one of these really quickly, and the rest of the other two have been sitting for what's been about 9 months. I think I sold one just before we went to Chicago for the reseller rally. I think I got around $500. That's the brand right there. Anderson and Shepherd. Sullivan Road talks about when it was made, 1998. And that's about it. We took a best offer of this because I've had this listed now for, I don't know, 9, 10 months. And some of these sell really high, some of them sell really low. I took a best offer of this one at $375 plus 10, 11 to ship. So I was happy. It was during a slow Saturday, and I was like happy to move something. And Sunday was absolutely a fail day, as you can see by the sales here. We didn't really have too many. Well, I didn't show everything either, just because it would take way too long of a video. But great brand to look out for. A lot of these different Sullivan Row brands do really well, but they tend to be more long tail, as these are tailored to someone specific, and they just take a little while to sell. But 25 and the 375, I'll take it. I'm happy with that. Still got one left to sell. Here we have I've had these a little while. These have probably been in my inventory for about a year, I would say, give or take. I remember where we found these. Found these at a Savers. Paid $10. Pair of East Saint Laurent. These were newer tags. Made in Ukraine. They were kind of an older style pants. I hope they don't come back. There's the tag on the inside. They were wool and polyester blend. I hope I put that in the title. Yes. All right. So that was it. Sold these. These sold for around I think $70. So that was a good one. I was happy with that. But they did take a while to sell. Here's something we've been trying. I got about 350 of these. These are all Mardi Gras doubloons. And we had some issues with shipping back in November, so our defect rating got a little jumped out of range. So I've been listing these things at like $2.99. Some of them were I've sold some as high as $15. Just depends. I actually went as far to buy a price guide for these, and there's really not much money in them. But people do collect these things, and I've been selling I just listed a bunch of these. They took me only about 2 minutes to do a listing. So I was getting about, on average, probably 20 of these up in an hour. So, 20 of these, just very simple. I could take a bunch of pictures. And this one, it was a pinback, Mardi Gras de Bloom, and they've been selling okay. Like I said, it's just trying to get a bunch of more transactions into our account so we can get out of that defect funk. I've sold a bunch of things I probably should have used instead, like postcards and stuff like that, in some of the auction shows on Mothership Products channel. But hey, these things have been selling and just move them along. They're easy to ship and, you know, good to offset your defect, find something small. These always sell for me when I find them brand new with tags, and surprisingly, we come across them fairly regularly. These are just the Lauren by Ralph Lauren pants, wool dress pants. These sell regularly whenever we find them. They sell fairly quickly. If we can get them under $10, I'll usually pick them up just because they sell so frequently and quickly. Sold these in I think a day. They sold for $50 plus. I think they paid $20 to ship. They went to Norway, and it was weird because I had 3 sales to Norway in 3 different days. So it was just like, oh, that's weird. I don't think I can remember the last time I actually shipped to Norway. But here we go, right here, and let me see here. Yeah, so I paid that. I just got a message on Facebook, but I'll check it out in a minute. Um, Here's a Peter Millar. We've found a bunch of these, and I found a bunch of these over like 2 different days, like about a month apart. And we've had about probably now close to 12 or 15 of these over the last 2 or 3 months. These Peter Millar shorts. Some of them are just regular cotton. Some of them are like the performance shorts. But I paid about $5 for them on regularly. Yeah, it's been $5. I got them all on half off day, both different times, and they were just Peter Millar golf shorts. And these have been selling right around $40 to $50. So it's nice when you can find newer tag stuff at the thrift stores. Sometimes you can get more for them. Like the pants I just showed you a minute ago. These pants I would not even have looked up if they were what do you want to call it? If these were new, I mean, these were not new, I would have not picked them up. Peter Millar shorts, if they were used, I can probably get about $25 for them. And depending if I can get them probably under $2 or $3, I probably would have picked them up. Here's a jacket right here. This was another nice sale. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren men's wool and cashmere blend jacket. And I'm trying to figure out what we sold this for. Go into our eBay, and we sold this one. I picked this up in Savannah, Georgia on our way to Florida, and we paid $15 for this. I picked up this and a Newer Tags purple label Ralph Lauren shirt, which I still have listed, but this sold, and I forgot somehow this got unlisted in our inventory, and I just happened to be going through making sure certain things were listed, and this was not listed. And just really nice jacket here. This is wool and cashmere. There's the tag right there, extra large. This sold for $135 and 10 to ship. Heavier jacket, but this went close. I forgot where exactly it went. Going by here, it went to New York. Went to Long Island. So actually, that's very close to Ruby. Okay, but easy to ship. Love this kind of stuff. Like I said, we paid 15 to 135. Nice and easy. J. Crew, a lot of J. Crew stuff I like, and we picked this up in Florida. Um, can't remember the name of the city. I remember it's on the St. Augustine. We were over in St. Augustine for the day. Picked this up, and this was a gray linen blend, unstructured, unlined jacket by J. Crew, love the low line, and I kind of love J. Crew stuff. This was new without tags. It had the vent still sewn up in the back. Paid $5 or $6 for it. Their jackets were pretty cheap, and this sold for I think $60 plus 10 to ship. So I was happy with that. And it sold. I mean, was that about 2 months or so? 3 months? 3 months? 3.5 months? No, I listened in December, so it's like 3 months, give or take a little. Probably take a few more days. This is a Canali water resistant travel black blazer. It was weird because they sell this by itself, but it doesn't have any special buttons that really make it a blazer. But it sells. They sell the jacket by itself. But there's a better size, a 46 regular. You see right here, European size 56. 7 is the drop between usually the size difference between the jacket and the waist size, and that's it. But I paid $10 for this, and I wasn't even thinking about buying it at when we bought it. But newer brown Canali label. But the reason why I did is because of the travel water resistant. I figured it would be maybe a little more sought after than just a regular Canali blazer. Some Canali blazers are harder to sell because they're 3 button. They're older style suits. They're very heavy in the arm padding, and this one sold. It probably sold about 6 months or so. So not the quickest thing, but hey, not the slowest thing either. This sold for $48. This is a pair of FootJoy Newer Tags golf pants. Sold these, and these sold fairly quickly for about, what did I say, $48. So not bad at all. I'll take it. Paid $7, and they were listed probably a few weeks. Coming to that time of season where you're going to start selling uh, Hawaiian shirts and stuff like that. I actually almost have no Hawaiian shirts of any kind in stock at the moment. But this was a Ryan Spooner shirt. They have a lot of collaboration shirts with other brands or other logos. See right here. This is Cynthia Cornell, something. It's 2 extra large. It was 100% rayon. Had this really nice pattern to it that stood out. Had like antique vintage clocks and a ukulele and a hula girl, and I don't know what that is, a book or a postcard. But really nice, really different. Sold it for $40. 40 paid. I don't know what we paid about that. $5 or so. Here's a Brooks Brothers suit. This sold for $120. This is kind of their more higher end line. 818 line. Madison is the cut, the jacket. It was made with Vettel. Yeah, whatever that says. We're not going to get into that too much. Cloth and different little tags, made in Italy, so on and so forth. We haven't had this long. This has been listed probably about 2 months, and I wouldn't have paid more than $10 or $15 for this, so that sold fairly quickly. This is a Sony DVD VHS combo thing. We picked up four, 4 or 5 of these. I can't remember now exactly. 4 or 5 of these, and I've sold a few on eBay, and I sold this one on eBay. This sold for 65 or so, plus another 20 to ship. Tested it; it worked fine. Sold 2 others on Amazon for right around 100-ish, but if they all said and done, I think the fees were The shipping on Amazon did not work out the best for me. But yeah, we still made about good money on these. I'll sell these on both sites. It's kind of whoever sells it faster goes and it goes. I don't care. I was into these for I think $5 each. It must have been some school or something dropped these off because I got them in 2 days in a row. And there were some Zenith ones. The Zenith ones just did not do as well. They all had the remotes. As long as they had the remotes, I bought them. This is a vintage tweed three-piece suit. I love three-piece suits. They do usually very well. This sold for $80, and this was a no brand suit, but I mean, you can see right here the name. I don't even. This was probably made in the '90s or something. Wool and polyester '80s, but somebody will like the pattern. It's that traditional herringbone, wool design, and somebody wants it. It might take a little longer to sell, but some of these things will sell no matter what. You just have to find the right buyer for it. I think I was into that for like $10 or less because it was kind of one of these experiment things, and that took about 3 months to sell. Here's a Burberry trench coat. We've had this for a little while. I messed around and had this at all different prices. This sold for about 115, $120, right in that range. Had a removable wool liner, vintage Burberry's tag. See right there, regular 52. It's actually a 42. European size thing again. And this was one of those guys that he bought the suit and then he went off and gave me like 5 or 6 messages in a row. I just wanted to cancel the sale. I knew it was. I had a feeling it was going to come back. I was just like, what was this dry cleaned? How old is it? So many questions. And when you tell somebody a jacket is it's, probably 20 years old, you're kind of thinking like, oh boy, here we go. This is not going to go good. And I wind up shipping it, and he wind up actually leaving feedback on. I love the jacket. It's everything I wanted. I kind of messed up in this in a way because a trench coats usually have are belted, so I kind of keyword spammed a little bit on that, throwing a bunch of different uh, titles in there. And we've had this. We haven't had this long. I remember picking this up recently for $20. Well, probably within the last 3 months or so. I've had this forever. If you ever watch our videos, we did a bunch of retail arbitrage, and this goes back to probably like 2014. It's like going back probably 3 or 4 years ago in 2015. We still do. We buy a lot of stuff on Marshalls or TJ Maxx, and paid 10 or $15 for this. The Mitchell and S 3X All-Star warm-up jersey, and it's newer tags, but this thing, for whatever reason, it just did not sell fast for us at all. I reworded the title a bunch of that recently, and I think we retook pictures on this, and it sold, believe it or not. So sometimes reworking pictures, reworking titles, it could be also the Celtics, I mean, Celtics were a great team last year, and surprisingly, it didn't sell. So it was one of those things like, come on, seriously, it took forever to sell. It sold for about $60. I was happy. $10 to ship. Here's another Celtic item. Celtic items we're selling. This is a vintage starter Boston Celtics satin jacket. This sold right around $70. I probably could have got more for this. I had this listed for hire, but the problem is has the guy's name John on the sleeve, and when I bought it, I didn't even notice that. Starter tag and everything. It was such clean condition. This was a really nice jacket. I got this while my wife was away because I can tell I took the pictures on this. So this is going back to last year. in the spring when my wife was away. So we've had this for a little while. It did have some light marks, it says. There's a few light marks hard to see. So I probably had this. It's probably not excellent condition either. Me and my That was some mistake on my part right there because it's probably not in excellent condition if it has some marks on it. But hey, it went locally and it sold for about $70 plus 10 to ship. I actually paid too much for this. I bought this at a flea market and I paid I want to say I paid like 25, or I might even pay this the highest $35 for this because I'm a Celtic fan. When I seen it, it's I love the vintage starter stuff, vintage clothing. I paid too much for this jacket, but it's sold. I made a profit on it. Just be happy with what it is. Um, hey, so those are some sales. I hope you learned some stuff out of those. I hope there's some stuff that some nuggets that you can understand or find. But like, comment, subscribe, and I try to make these videos about every 2 weeks. Just try to make them not too long. Try to keep them within about 30 minutes. I think is very good. But like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.